About 50% of software developments fail to reach version 1. Of the ones that do reach version 1, 50% are dramatically over time and over budget. This means 75% of all projects fail. To put this in perspective, it would mean that if buildings were like software, half of buildings would collapse due to construction faults, and half the ones that stayed standing would take twice as long and twice the labour and materials as expected to develop. Any way you look at it, software development appears to be a complete engineering failure. In the beginning of the computer revolution, there may have been an excuse. However, we are almost 50 years down the road since the principles of modern computers were invented, and we still don't have a software engineering system which approaches the reliability of building skyscrapers. It's not that we haven't tried. Since before the 1970s, there have been software development methods introduced that have, to varying degrees, been successful. Many studies have shown that the methods do have a positive effect. The building metaphor was put forward in Code Complete, a book by Steve McConnell, which is one of the more influential books on software project management of our time. In Rapid Application Development, another book by Steve McConnell, he says that a survey of more than 8,000 projects found that the top 3 reasons that projects were delivered late, over budget and with less functionality than desired, all had to do with requirements management practices, lack of user input, incomplete requirements and changing requirements. McConnell points out that getting a requirement right in the first place costs 50 to 200 times less than waiting until the construction or maintenance to get it right. Design faults introduced early in a project were almost as expensive in terms of the difficulty of fixing them later. As a result, there have become a concentration on more detailed upfront planning. Projects that failed were considered to have not done enough upfront planning before coding started. This form of development, where requirements are defined, specifications written, coding performed, and finally product delivered, is called the waterfall method. To most it seems quite rational. So why then, after so many years, do we continue to experience a culture of failure in software development?